Hi there, and how are you doing? Just another quick update. Firstly, let's talk about like the self-defense course that I have on there. Now, the I have a domain name called Ace Self-Defense. And the Ace was actually stood for something. But like I'm trying to actually get it from that. It's Kartra is the actual platform that it's now tied to. And I don't have a Kartra account anymore, so I can't get in to get that account off. And I've been trying to change the DNS, is that the thing, over to the other platform, and I can't seem to do it. So I've went and bought another domain in the meantime while I actually get that sorted out. So I've tried to use the other domain to put onto the self-defense course because I don't want this massive big long line of letters and numbers and everything like that, which is what it looks like, when it's on any platform. So I bought it, I've got it sorted out, and then moved it over or tried to move it over to the platform so I can put it into the link and then put it on the videos. And it's just come up under UTC time in the United States. That the platform's closed for updates or whatever it is, and I can't add domain names. Would you ever? But anyway, so I've got it ready, and it's all sorted out, and I just need to wait until it's only about another, I think, while I'm filming this, it's only about another hour, I think, and then I'll be able to add it on. And it will be well, I'm not going to say the name because you'll go and try and find it, and obviously it doesn't exist. But it's in Spanish anyway. So I'm going to get that sorted. I'm going to put it up. Now, this is a self-defense course, which is going on about the psychology side of the victim as well as the attacker or the aggressor or whatever it is that you would class it. So it's just quite an in-depth course. Now, the techniques and everything I've tried to make as easy as possible so that anybody can learn them very quickly. So it's not like going to a martial arts class that's very complex and it would take you, years maybe to actually, learn all of these techniques. You cannot when you are under stress. And I'm talking about like the average man and woman, or that's going to be down the street if something happens, or in the home if something happens. Your mind isn't going to start ticking over with all these like complicated martial arts moves like a Jackie Chan thing or anything like that. Just will never work. The stress levels, the adrenaline just will kick in, and it will turn your mind off completely. Now, I actually cover that in the course as well, how to handle adrenaline, how to handle the psychology of the adrenaline, what it does to your body, it does to your mind, does to your eyes, but normally, unless you've actually been trained how to fight and been in these situations or combat situations, then and learn how to use adrenaline in your favor instead of it draining you, then it's going to be very difficult to concentrate. All right, so like the techniques that I've put in, I've took techniques obviously that are very effective, all right, in a martial arts or any kind of environment, and just done it so that it can be direct and it can be something that you can do without like having to spend years of training and learning how to do it, because I have spent 50 odd years in combat, in and out of a boxing ring and a cage, doing all types of different martial arts training, and have, obviously what I have learned, being shown by others, this is the thing, right? It's very in the martial arts world, you have to go in, you have to pay fiat as it is, all right, to be taught, these programs, and then you go through systems and you learn and you pass certain levels to move up to the next level, to move up to the next level. You can't show pure beginners like advanced stuff, because it's just it would get them hurt. So we've done I have done many different like styles of martial arts. Started like obviously boxing, all right, boxed for many years, still do, and then into kung fu, all right, and then into what they call kenpo, which is like under like it is an American system, but like, designed through Chinese styles, which was good because I had done the Kung Fu, which is Chinese. And then we went into Filipino martial arts, which is all weapons based, which you need to have fantastic hand and eye coordination, or you lose your fingers and your ears and your eyes. Okay, possibly your life. They use like, knives and sticks and swords and all sorts of stuff. But I've taken all of that I've been taught all of those years and put them into this self-defense course there. So, and it's all up there. And unfortunately, it's free. Okay, you don't have to put anything in to actually purchase anything, or no upgrades to it. You don't have to learn anything else later. I'm not going to try and give you something else later down the line or teach you anything else. What you've got in there can save your life, and you can go and get it there for free. Like I said, I've been taught many years in many situations that I've been gone through, well, many professional fights as well, learning how to actually use the adrenaline and everything that we teach, the psychology that we teach, not just the physical punching and stuff like that in the self-defense course. So fingers crossed, give it another hour or so from me filming this, whatever time this is. It is nearly 5 p.m. On Thursday, the 1st of December. Oh. So like hopefully it'll be up very soon when the new domain is allowed to be connected to the new platform or the other platform. Okay, so keep an eye on that. And we were going to give that out to everyone absolutely free. And also, all right, we're very soon, once we've actually got this all sorted, we're going to start building the other course, which is again is going to be completely and utterly free, which is to help you get out of the matrix. A D-matrix course, we'll call it, shall we? Now, what it'll do is there's only one way where you're going to escape what is coming, and that is to be able to find different new ways to actually create, what would we call it, finance then, all right? Because this fiat system is crashing. This fiat system is about to be collapsed. And the thing is, this is getting rolled out right across the entire world, and there's nothing that's going to stop it. Now, obviously, you've got people on all sorts there, but this system, okay, is piling forward, and the only way to get out of two ways actually is get yourself higher consciousness, Christ consciousness, if you want to, lift up your level of consciousness with love, and that's just the way it is. And obviously build up your finances to be able to move above the system, because this Kabbalic system is pushing forward at a speed of light, and it is getting pushed forward incredibly fast. So you are looking now, the last, say, 2 to 3 years, the Charlie scam, the Charlie nonsense, that was just a rehearsal for what is coming, and what is coming is going to be much worse. They're getting you ready now for massive lockdowns. Everything is going into huge spy networks going over all of the towns and cities. And you are going into complete dictatorship, and you can see it going through Canada. It's pushed out madly in Canada. They're going into full-blown digital IDs in New Zealand, and it'll go on Australia, and it'll just fly up here, and it'll be before you know it. And it doesn't matter which pantomime you want to watch, which clown that you want to actually put into a government or a parliament. They're all just little puppets with the strings getting controlled. All right, just so it makes no difference. You can put him; he can be Fishy Rishi or Mary, whatever she was called. None of them use the real names. Even Doris, it wasn't his name. Okay, his name is Alexander. He doesn't use his real name, his French name. But the thing is, we have the universal law of balance. And we are getting pushed now into such a huge pile of darkness that there must be enough light on the opposite side for us to actually move into, and the darkness is completely going around all of us now. You can just see it. Everything is getting shown for what it truly is. That Balenciaga thing, they're just showing you that the whole world is about child pornography and pedophilia. And this is what is running the systems. This is what is running all of the elites. This is exactly what is happening. You know, you just got to like go back to all of the other stories that you get from ex-policemen in the UK, and you can hear everything that's been run by the official side. Okay, all of the child trafficking, sex trafficking, paedophilia, everything. But with that blackness, with that amount of dark, with that amount of evil, there must be, well, you know, is it evil or is it just, you know, whatever they say, there's always an opposite, because evil, opposite of evil is just to live, you know, but there will be, and there is an amount of light on the other side. So what they're doing now is they're getting, you know, I've completely pulled away from all other groups and everything like that. I can see all the blackness in it and the snideness in it. And all they want is they want everyone to be arguing and everyone to be fighting. This is the system, okay, that they want, right? So you're going to see very soon, right, to be enabling this CBDC system, right? Central bank digital coins is coming. Everything's going to go digital. There's nothing is going to stop that, be it good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever, right? You've seen things getting advertised down on the undergrounds in London, Ripple, right? XRP, right? What is all that about? Why are they showing everybody that? Now, obviously, what you always happen, you're always going to have like a disaster. So there's going to be like a huge situation, then there's going to be a reaction, okay, from the masses, and then there's going to be a solution put out. And that's exactly what they've been doing forever to actually control everyone, put you into slavery. This is the system, all right, our fantastic system, is it? Okay, so the what you'll see is this, the banks are going to close soon. HSBC, is it HSBC? I wrote that down. Yeah, HSBC. They've just announced now. Like, I mean, they've been closing. All of the banks have been closing branches all over. Next year, right? HSBC are going to close another 114. You are not going to be able to speak to anybody. You're not going to be able to see a face. You're not going to be able to deal with a man or a woman. Everything is just going to be all online, all digital. All you can't even call on phones really now, can you? But what will happen is, right, it'll normally happen, hopefully it won't be Christmas, you know, that lovely time, but what it'll more likely be is a weekend. So on a Sunday, right, you'll get up in the morning, whatever country you're in, and you'll hear that there's been another disaster and there's been a banking crash, or, you know, and they'll blame it on terrorist cyber attacks, or, you know, massive hack and all of this, you know, not the fact that they've completely destroyed the Ponzi system that we're in anyway, the Ponzi scheme, the fiat currency. And what they'll say is, like, you know, due to this financial whatever, you know, and they'll make up words for it, you know, that banks won't be open on the Monday. And what you'll see is very similar to 2007, all right, when they closed the Northern Rock Bank, definitely closed all the banks, but Northern Rock never ever opened again. So they had loads of people queuing up there to try and get their money. So that's what will happen, and you'll see all sorts happening. I mean, if you can fight over toilet roll, right, in the supermarkets, you know, we just don't know what's going to be happening when they can't get any money out of the banks anywhere, in any bank. So then what they'll say is the banks, you know, oh, we can't open Tuesday either, we can't open the next day, can't open the next day. And then they'll announce it, say, right, because of this huge disaster, what we're going to do is everything's going to be converted. We're going to convert everything over to a digital system. So we're going to introduce this digital system, but don't worry, all of your money, they'll call it, all of your whatever you want to, you know, a fiat currency is safe. We're going to change it over to a new system, and it's going to be called whatever, central bank digital coin, CBDC, could be anything, whatever name that they actually choose or whatever it is. But they're going to exchange it one for one, and it's all going to be fair, it's all going to be fine, and then they'll even offer you an incentive. It's just as if, imagine if like they locked the whole country down for like a couple of years and they made everyone stay at home sitting in hot tubs drinking beer and wine, and they actually paid you. Crazy. Never think they'd do anything like that, would you? Well, they're going to do something like that again. They're going to say, well, to help you with this system, we're going to give you a present, and we're going to give you some stuff to help, you know, and I don't know what it'll be, but they might say, look, there's £500, right? There's £1,000 of these new tokens, let's call them, coins or whatever it'll be, you know, because on this new it'll be cryptocurrency, digital currency. But, you know, in the cryptocurrency, you get like tokens as well as coins. There's different things go on, and you even get like real estate. Can't remember. There's a term for it. Can't remember. But it's like digital real estate, and you can get rentals off it and all sorts. Very weird. I don't really know much about that side. I've never really looked into it. I'm trying to get my head around the coins and the decentralized, which is what I'm trying to move away into, the decentralized, which is what you've got to start like concentrating your efforts in, right? Getting your mind clear, getting your conscience higher, getting into your heart, as well as actually protecting yourself. Okay, so that, you know, there's things that you need to do to actually protect yourself from what's going to be happening very soon. And the first one is like this: it's like, be wary of what's going to happen with the money. So, and they'll offer you an incentive and say, don't worry, blah blah blah, and eventually you know, it'll all be online, and you'll all have a digital currency, and it'll just be controlled. And there'll be certain things you can buy, certain things you can't buy, and, you know, it'll be a bit restrictive, and, you know what I mean, but it's for your safety and your security. So that's all good, isn't it? All right. So and they will do it at a weekend, you know, so and then so everyone's in shock, and then it'll be building up, and everything will be done for our benefit. Okay, so you need to make sure that you get yourself ready and get yourself aware, and start moving yourself away from being dependent on their banking system. Because if they control all of your finances, they control you completely. Just the same as the food. Everything that you actually go, and all the poisons that you're buying in the supermarket, you need to, you know, and this is the thing, you know, I put like a video. I didn't put a video. Someone put a video about, like, you know, moving away from supermarkets, and that's like, you know, try and get to farms, and you just get loads of ridiculous comments, and people being sarcastic and aggressive and negative and everything like that. All right, but and it's the same, you know, you try and say, like, you know, try and do like a private trust, and you get loads of nasty comments and negative comments and ridiculous comments. You know, anything to try and protect you. Well, they get nasty comments and ridiculous comments. You know, it's just the way it is. Just because they're in that Kali Yuga, they are in that blackness, they are in that darkness, and they just want everyone else to go down with them. And a lot of that is these, what they call the truth community, which is that, you know, truth is an opinion anyway. It's only words that are true that count. But they never say that. They just always go into nastiness and attacking each other, because that's what the cabal want. They're probably paid to help do it, you know, drag you into conflict. So if everyone's conflicted with each other and no one's paying attention to what's going on over there, right, when they're arguing with somebody here, it's true, isn't it? Right, the World Cup's going on right now because, you know, so they're not paying any attention to all the digital IDs. They're past it. Yeah, everyone's getting them. All right, you've got them G20 summits, and we're saying, right, push forward with digital ID, will protect the people. Yeah, right, okay. So, you know, protect the people. But think about it, like, you know, if you can, of any way whatsoever, of like controlling your own food supply, growing your own food in one way or the other, however it can be done, all right, then try your best to start looking at it and doing some research into it, as well as you're doing the research into the decentralized cryptocurrency, so you don't get caught in the CBDCs, and then you're stuck in controlled hell forever. Because it's running down that way as fast as you can. So also what you want to do is look at the health, your own health. Okay, so this is December now. So there's a lot going on. Anyway, for, like, you know, in everybody's lives. I'm not a Christmassy person or anything like that. I don't celebrate it, because it's like a complete pagan festival of sacrificing children, babies. That's exactly what it was. So, you know, I'm certainly not going to be celebrating that. But, you know, very, very busy time coming up, like with loads of different things happening. So what I'm going to do in January, I'm going to go into complete sugar-free diet as much as you possibly can. It'd be very difficult trying to read everything to find out what's got no sugar in, but I'm going to try and remove all sugars whatsoever from the diet, to have a cleanse and everything like that in January. I generally do anyway, but I'm going to really concentrate on doing it in January. But it's to be on top of health. okay? Because I know it's crazy. I've got this sling still on my arm, falling off my bike. And be very careful from now on that things don't go wrong, because we're going to have to be able to not rely on them for health. You don't want to rely on them for health, because that is going to get pulled, and the thing is, we know that everything that they tell us that is evil, okay, is actually to help you live. So all of these plants and medicines that come from plants, they say is evil or even illegal, which is the legal society, which is completely fake and made up, not law, can never be law, like ayahuasca, taking that ayahuasca, which is herbal medicine. I've never done it. I'm not sure I would ever want to. It looks horrendous what happens to you, but even like stuff so simple as marijuana, they make it so it's massively illegal, and they're going to put loads of people in prison, right? Because that's hugely profitable to them for medicine, and they've got so many medicinal purposes and everything like that. So you need to start studying on a lot more on what is good for you on a herbal and plant medicine side of things. Try to get away from the pharmaceutical industry that is ruining everyone's health and killing everyone. All right, so get away from the finance. Try and get away from it as much as possible, right? The food wise, try and start growing your own as much as possible. And then, obviously, like the health center, try not so that you're not taking medicines or being tied into to their health system. All right, and make sure you get away from any TV whatsoever, unless you can look at it from. And I'm talking about like pick a film, for instance, a movie, and just look at it with analytical eyes to try and pick out all of what they're trying to tell you what's going on, because they always tell you and they show you, they hide it in plain sight. Everything is insanity, okay, and everything is flipped. So everything that they say is evil is actually help to make you live, and everything that they're saying is illegal, right, is actually good. Like the now don't be silly and say, oh, like, so murder and stuff. That's crime. It's different about being illegal, okay, right? So just say, for instance, like, parking, and you get a parking ticket, okay, because you broke a rule, or speeding because you went too fast on a certain piece of road. Just not going crazy, just like 5 miles over or something, you get a ticket, right? That is a criminal offense. It's not a crime. So don't go off on one on there, okay? And another thing that you want to be looking at as well, okay, is trying to get out of the grid as much as possible. I don't think go live in a field, right? But see if you've got other ways of trying to create your own warmth, your own heat, and your own power, okay? Be it from solar or wind or anything like that. We showed you a ridiculous lamp that I tried to get. It was about like this big, when I thought it was like this big. But just you've got to start working towards these things to try and break the system, get yourself away from the that control, because that's all it is, 100% control, and they're trying to push it out so that it's going to get more and more and more and more controlled. All right, so now the system, the course that we're going to do, like where we're going to actually help you with online marketing and showing you how to use these systems and build these systems so that you can actually get your skills and your knowledge to be able to pass it on to others, a knowledge share. All right, so that you can actually give people a course so that they can actually make donations to you, so you can get out of the system and build yourself up on that way. So I'm going to get all that. All right, I'm going to create those courses again for free, and everyone can have them. You'll never get an upsell. You'll never get like, no, and now you learn this, you have to go buy something else. I just don't care. Okay, so I have, like, for many years, even right way back before we actually lost everything, which is like 2005, 6, and 7, right before that big crash where they did close that Northern Rock Bank, and I was doing studying and all these online marketing systems and how to make money online, and using all, and it was mind-boggling to me. And then we had the big crash 2007. We lost everything. We went to Spain. I was in Spain for like 6 years, something like that. But I was still online then, and still trying to learn more and learn. And then when I came back to England, which I think was 2012, and then just continued learning and like going to many different like conferences and places and that. And I wasn't just learning how to do the martial arts side, I was always learning how to do marketing, how to do online things, and how to figure out how to use these systems. I'm not technically brilliant whatsoever, but I tell you, I can get by usually, or find someone who can help me. And I'm gonna, and I paid for all that knowledge, paid for all these courses, paid for all these conferences, traveled, like I said, like 2019, January 19, to Nashville in Tennessee, massive conference there for a whole week, learning all about like them. ClickFunnels ran it, but there was loads of different people in different, we call it a niche or a niche or whatever it is, and they were showing how they did it and how they actually use these systems, anything. And it was like personal coaching, a lot of like coaches, aren't you? And there's like the psychological coaching, there was like physical, there was boxers on there, showing it, and it was all about dieting. There was like, all sorts of things. Okay, there was even one woman I was chatting to, helping her build her funnel system up to put her product out, and it was knitting or darning, but it was with needles anyway. Click, click, click. It was something like that, So I mean, there's so many different varied things. How it's about like showing people how to go foraging, how to like make plant medicine, stuff like that. All of that knowledge that loads of people that I've spoke to, over the years have got, that are like listen to the YouTube or listen or on Facebook or whatever. So I'm going to put all that together. So, I've paid for all of that knowledge, but I'm just going to pass it on for free. I know that a lot of people don't like you doing that, but that is just the way it is. So I'm going to try and help people that way as well. So, but I have to take a little bit of time to build that up so I can pass it on. But the self-defense one is already done. Okay. So as soon as, hopefully within an hour or so, that'll allow me to transfer the domain name across, and then I'll be able to put it up so I can get the link. But the background, the course, it's all done. It's all done. The videos are done. The explanations are done. Everything's actually in there. I just can't show you it until I can get you the link, the domain name to tie in with it. All right. And then we'll figure out sort of another sort of like link name or whatever. I might even do a subdomain of that one. Like I'm saying that like I know what I'm talking about. For the marketing course or the business course, don't know what you would call it really, but on an escape the matrix course, right? Because that's a positive thing. I'm just trying to do like positive things. So the self-defense is positive, still positive. I don't want anyone going hurting anyone. But what if it happens and you need some help to get like defend yourself or your family and children? All right. So it's a positive thing I'm trying to put out for you for free. All right. You're also like, the escape the matrix course, we'll call it, to build up your own little matrix free enterprise, we'll just say. All right, to help build up on there, because you're going to have help trying to actually escape the matrix, make more money, a lot of people call it, right? That's not money, it's fiat currency, but what can do with that right now, and then figure out as well how to convert that over onto a digital currency that's not going to be controlled under CBDCs. Some people are even now saying, yeah, it's going to be great, no problem. Everything will be controlled. Everything. In Oxford, they've even got places in England, in Oxford, right? Check it out for yourself. Right, you're now not allowed to drive your car from one area to the other. They've divided it into grids, squares, and if you drive outside of your grid, you get fined. And that's in Oxford, in England. So that's all of the, and then like you said, the digital IDs are coming, like they've already passed it, and it's going to happen. And this is what's going to spread around everywhere. So, we need to really start going inside ourselves consciously, all right, to bring up that, like going into your heart, looking into your heart, bringing up the Christ consciousness in you. Well, I'm not talking about Jesus Christ, I'm talking about the Christ consciousness. Okay, and build up your conscious levels, which is going to raise yourself and your third eye, going up into like getting out of this 3D nonsense, and you will ascend and move up, because the rest of it's going to be left behind in this quagmire which is going to destroy itself. So we need to move up and ascend into a different realm, which will be a different existence, a different realm, because believe it or not, there is many like parallel lives going on all the time, and we just need to move into one that's away from the blackness. All right, that's this goo and this mess that they've actually created. Okay, so now this is Thursday today. Hopefully I'm going to get that link soon. I'm going to put that up on there for you, the self-defense course. I'm doing the PMA meeting tonight. I'll have to create the link and send it out to all of our private members. On the private members side, we have like a weekly meeting. We have a chart. We have like it can be on subjects. It can't just be Q&As. It can be anything. What's going on? And we do it every week, every Thursday. That's the only time that I'm going to be connecting with people. I'm going to be like talking to people. I'm not going to be answering any more emails. I'm not going to be going. I've come off every single platform that you can imagine. All of them gone. Okay, so the only way to actually have chat is to be in the PMA. Apart from that, then to stay away from all the negativity, that's it. There is the barrier is there, because I'm wanting to move up my consciousness and go into that level and let all of the attackers and the backstabbers and the nastiness and the all just like let them do it, let them get on with it. All right, so we move away up onto there. Okay, so this I'm going to try and do a very short live on Friday. I don't know if I can, because I've got a lot going on. Got to get ready for the Saturday. I'm going to see them, my friends on Saturday, come to pick me up, and then hopefully rest on Sunday. And then next week I'm actually going to be doing that course as well. So might not be able to do a live until getting close to the middle of December on the Friday night. So we'll just have to see. But I'm going to try and do other videos in the middle if I can't do the lives, and that'll do. So hopefully a little bit of interest for you there. There's a hell of a lot going on right now. There's a lot of stuff that's happening, so we need to make sure that we actually get this knowledge that's going on around us and stop listening to crazy bickering, backstabbing nonsense that's going in what they call the truth community. Start preparing yourself to move up into a different level, because we really need it, and help yourself and protect yourself from all the stuff that's going to be going on, trying to drag you back down into 3D. You don't want it. We've got to move up, because there's no one else that's going to come and help you. I might be doing the course, hopefully that I can get it out very quickly to help people, but there ain't no big white knight going to come charging over the hills to save anyone. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen, right? Everything's collapsing around us, and we can see it collapsing around us. So we have to evolve ourselves and move out of this realm, okay? And let them stay where they are, all right? And we'll move on up out of here, okay? So until next time, take care, and I will see you all soon.